Yo, what is up? I'm back. My old channel was going to be Dreaded Shooter, but I got locked out of that channel and can no longer get into it. So I will now, instead of representing Dreaded Shooter, I will now be representing Top 1. So let's get into this. While we are waiting for the release of Madden 24, I will be doing a realistic franchise with the Houston Texans until then. So with them obviously being awful last year, I'm only going to shoot for 7 wins this year. They did add CJ Stroud. They did add Will Anderson. If we go look at their roster, I think they're headed in the right direction. They have a lot of young talent. They have important veteran trainers where they need to be. They have Robert Woods kind of mentoring these younger receivers. If we go to defense, they did add, I don't even know how to say his name, but he's a decent linebacker. They also have Will Anderson with Christian Kirksey and Perryman mentoring those linebackers. Where I do think they need to be better is their secondary. I do love Derek Stingley. I love Petrie. I don't even know if that's how you say it. I'm terrible with names. Excuse me for that. But Shaquille Griffin, Desmond King, Steven Nelson, Jimmy Ward, they're all getting old. And so that is going to come up on us decently fast. So with the youth, I'm honestly going to bump him up to our second string. And because of the depth trait, I'm going to put Desmond King above Steven Nelson. I think I'll keep it like this. And then obviously they added CJ Stroud. They added Devin Singletary. I also love Dameon Pierce. I look to build him up tremendously. If we go over here, he is my number 2, so I'm not going to have him up to my slot. I'm going to have Desmond King. And I'm actually going to move him up to my sub. Will Anderson rushing. And I think this is fine with Dameon Pierce as power back and Devin Singletary as my third down back. But I am going to have John Mechie as my slot receiver. Have Robert Woods as an outside receiver for me. As of right now, I don't think I'm going to have any necessary trades. I'm really just going to try and build throughout the draft and free agency. So hopefully that'll work out for us. People I want developing, obviously, I'm going to want CJ Stroud. But I think that's how I'm going to keep it. Although Will Anderson is already in the 80s, I think he's going to develop fine without this. So I want to take Jalen and have him. And I think that's going to be our starting 3 that I'm going to have developing. And like I said, this series will go on all the way up until the Madden 24 release. And then I'm going to have a huge release video on that. I will be up that night making a video as soon as it releases. And I'm really hoping that they did us right. I'm really hoping they did us right. I think Madden 24 will be the make or break game. Dalton Schultz, I also love the addition of that. He's right in his prime right now. He's not super young, but he's also not quite at that age where you're getting old for a tight end. He's already a great pass catcher, but seeing our offensive line, we are going to need him in the blocking game. So I'm going to upgrade his blocking. I'm going to take Grenard and upgrade his speed rushing. And I'm going to let the computer do the rest because Davis Mills won't even start, and Jerry Hughes is pretty sure he's getting decently old. I'm not quite sure. But let's hop right into this game. First game is week 1 against the Colts, and I am using realistic sliders. If you guys want to see a video of me going over and explaining the sliders that I'm using, I can do that for y'all. But let's get into this. So we are going to start the game kicking off. And they will return it. And they actually have a decent return, coming from the end zone, getting it all the way back up to the 24. Obviously, you gotta match up those corners. Can't be getting burnt all day. And we're gonna see how this defense does. Whether I need to be more man, whether I need to be more zone. I do like running a lot of zone defenses, but as you guys know, not every defense is meant for that. And they do have Anthony Richardson, so I'm going to contain. I don't know how much he's going to try and run with it. And that is the downfall of zone. Leaves people wide open in those open pockets. Also, I only like a couple man plays. I don't really blitz too often unless I need to. And I like that middle linebacker being in a zone that I can use her, kind of make sure that no one gets too open in the middle of the field. But Jonathan Taylor is really, I feel like it's going to be a really long day trying to stop him. I'm going to send a blitz right here, but it's going to be a zone blitz, so hopefully he just breaks our tackle, but it doesn't help them too much, seeing as he just goes right out of bounds. And this is Will Anderson's first pass coverage play, and he does come up with the big hit on Jonathan Taylor. 3rd and 4. I don't think they're going to run this, but it's definitely a possibility. They do have Jonathan Taylor, and I'm right. And Devin Singletary gets in there to break up the pass, so we do hold them to a field goal. I don't quite remember who the Colts kicker is as of today, but he does sink that right through. I don't think he could have gone back too much further, but right there works out just fine for him. And so after the field goal, they kick off to us. I do have Fultz back returning for us. And I make it exactly where they got it, right up to the 24. And CJ Stroud comes out for his first ever NFL drive. And we will run the ball to kind of get those nerves down. And Devin Singletary is able to push it up for 5 yards. It's a good first run of the game. He's our power back. I feel like Damian Pierce probably could have pushed through there a little better. So we're going to just give it off to Damian Pierce, and he only gets 3. Brings up a 3rd and 3. So after running it twice, we're going to hit him with this play action for CJ Stroud's first pass in his NFL career. rolls out, and he connects with Noah Brown, who gets all the way down to the Colts' 39-yard line. That was a wonderful throw on the run. I really thought it was going to be overthrown there for a moment, but they proved me wrong. And he gets caught up in the backfield, and there is a flag, and it's going to be holding, pushing us back 10 yards. So I think I'm going to stick with the run game here. I feel like they're going to expect us to pass it, being pushed back on a run play. I'm going to hand it back off to Devin Singletary, and he is able to outrun a couple people, getting us back up and actually gaining a yard from the original spotting to bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, I'm going to stick to the run game. Dameon Pierce shedding off tackles, gets up, makes it a 3rd and 3. So we're going to pass here again and see what the defense gives us. And John Mechie gets open right away and is able to get up for a gain of 12. Either 12 or 13 yards from 32 to 19. And CJ Stroud has shown he can be accurate, so we're going to stick with the pass game. We're not going to do anything too crazy, though. We're going to stick to these nice short to medium, simple routes. And Singletary gets open for a gain of 4. And we're going to come back out in a pass play. See if we can get anything here on 2nd and 6. Dameon Pierce, but he is overthrown by CJ Stroud. So that definitely makes it to where we need to pass it here. I don't think we're going to get 6 yards here in the red zone. This defense, they have a really good run defense in the red zone, and we can't get anything there. I tried to roll out, extend the play, and they catch us. So we are going to have to settle for a field goal. And if there's any trades or signings you guys want to see be done, comment it down in the comment section below. I can see if I can make it happen. Obviously, I did say a realistic franchise, so try to keep it to where it's pretty realistic. And here we are kicking off again. And we get him down before the 25 at the 23. And if you guys haven't seen, earlier this week, DeAndre Hopkins was released from the Cardinals. So let me know where you guys think he is going to end up, where you guys think his best fit is, even if he does end up somewhere else. And do you think it's worth these NFL teams paying as much as he wants? And Jonathan Taylor just getting a wide open hole the one time I do man. I'm going to send a bit of pressure. I'm going to do another zone blitz, except for I'm going to use this Stingley and bring him around on the side here. See if I can. And I don't need to get there because Denzel Perryman comes up with a sack, pushing him back to 2nd and 14. That definitely was a helpful sack. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a critical sack. Only pushes them back 4 yards, but I love to see it anyways. And they run a screen pass. And Jonathan Taylor is just slicing up this defense. 3rd and 5. I'm going to come out in zone. I don't think they're going to run it here. Again, they do have Jonathan Taylor. It is a possibility, but I don't think they're going to. And nothing opens up. And Anthony Richardson is able just to shake off my linebacker. Not something we like to see. I want to be able to see my linebackers, if there is a run by a quarterback, be able to tackle that quarterback. They run another screen. And Jonathan Taylor, again, with the juke move. I'm not used to computer teams running screens that close to each other. I do see it not within 3 plays. And Jonathan Taylor, it is going to be a long day. He is already at 66 yards on just 7 attempts. I don't think man is going to be the way to go, because every time he gets those big runs, it is in a man defense. So I think I'm going to have to try and stay in zone. And as I say that, he runs it all the way up to the 1-yard line. They have 1 receiver out there, 2 tight ends, but I do think it's going to be a run. And we are able to get him for a loss of 5 yards. Can we hold strong in the red zone and hold them to a field goal? Texans didn't have the greatest red zone defense last year, but I look to be changing that in this franchise. I'm going to send a little bit of pressure with a zone blitz, and hopefully Michael Pittman is able to just attack the ball and catch it for a touchdown. Not what we're looking for. I was really hoping that corner there would at least contest it a little bit. Decided just to stand back and do nothing. But that does show that our defense is making them have to drive the ball. So we are returning it yet again after another score. Phillips unable to get it as far as he did last time, only got it to the 21. And you already know we got to start the drive with a run, get the nerves out. Devin Singletary able to get 2 yards. It's alright, it's alright. Not the best run. I'd like to see at least 4, because 4 yards to carry the first down. To try the option, he has to hand it off, and he gets it up, making it 3rd and 5. We only need 5 yards. I'm not looking for anything deep, but seemingly that's all this playbook wants to give me. And we're able to get it off right before we get sacked to John Mechie for about a 20-yard gain. Can we go down and tie up the game this drive? We'll see. But even though he broke like 3 tackles, he only gets 4 yards. And like I said before, I'm okay with 4 yards. 4 yards to carry is a first down. But I'd like to see us get a little more than that. And we go the RPO. John Mechie gets wide open and is able to get the first down. CJ Stroud having a really good game so far. He's only thrown 1 incomplete pass. So we'll see if he can keep that up. A lot of people after the draft questioning if it was a good pick at number 2. A lot of people thought he was going to go number 1, but there's still a group of people that is questioning whether he can transition into the NFL. I think he's going to be one of the best QBs out of the draft. It might take a year or 2. This Texans, he's being put into a situation that a lot of QBs would not like to be put into. But I like the direction the Texans are heading. I think in a year or 2, maybe, CJ Stroud will end up being their guy. Dameon Pierce fumbles the ball, but we are able to pick it back up. It does look like they're sending pressure here. Get the pass off to Mechie. He breaks the tackle, but is unable to get any further, but he does get up to the 4-yard line. Damian Pierce just fumbled. I don't know if that's because he's getting tired. So I'm going to try and hand off to Devin Singletary. I would really hate to pass it right here and throw an interception on the 4-yard line. We do get into the end zone, but there is a flag. Who is it on? What is the penalty? We will find out here. It is holding on us. So we are being pushed back to the 14. Not what we like to see. Especially when we score, because I don't know how often that's going to happen. We're going to stick to the pass game, but again, we're not trying to do anything too crazy, and we get hit as we threw it. I think that honestly saves us. I think if it was an accurate pass, that linebacker would have picked it off just now. And we just cannot get anything off. We're going to have to go for the end zone here, because it's 3rd and goal. Rolling out of the pocket. And he is able to get it off to Dalton Schultz for a touchdown right before he was hit. I was definitely looking for them to adjust. The first receiver ran away. Dalton Schultz, though, knew to come back to the QB, and I was able to get it off. So we do tie up the game at 10 points. So here we go, kicking off again. We have yet to officially stop their offense. Can we do that here? We finally get a kick that they're just leaving in the end zone. Jonathan Taylor today averaging 7.5 yards a carry. He is definitely going to be somebody that I do not like going up against twice a year. And they hand it off to him, first play, and we hold him to just a yard. I'm going to send a little bit of pressure here. One guy, it is Devin Singletary though. So see if he can get over there. They do run the ball though. And we do hold them to only a gain of 3. Alright, I don't like doing this too much, but I'm going to try sending a man blitz here. See if we can get to the quarterback. We don't get to him, but we provided just enough pressure for it to be an off-target throw. So for the first time this game, we held them to a 3-and-out. We just need to capitalize now. And so we're able to get a couple yards on the return up to the 37. And after having a really good first quarter, he comes out with the touchdown pass in the second. And we're going to see if we can keep up the momentum. We're starting to gain momentum. We held them. We just scored a touchdown. Can we keep that up? And Damian Pierce having his first decent run of the game. I do think he is going to be my back of the future. I don't think I'm going to go for anybody else. And there he is again, just avoiding tackles, getting 6 yards, making it a 2nd and 4, which really means we can do pretty much anything we want in our playbook. And we're going to try and high point it here to Robert Woods, and that is why I have him as my deep threat. He goes up, and he manages to come down with that ball for a touchdown. And we take the lead, 17-10. The real question here, though, is Can we maintain the lead? Can we keep stopping their offense? And a rule that I've set for myself so I don't just blow out the computers. If I do get up by 3 scores, I am just gonna sim until they're like 1 score away or tie up the game. So that kind of prevents me from just beating them like by a lot. They come out with another pass. It looked like Anthony Richardson was going to try and run for that, but he did get caught up in a sack. We can't let up 14 yards, so I am going to come out in the zone. Hopefully they don't get this. I really want to hold them to another 3 and out. And Anthony Richardson, even though I couldn't keep up with that receiver, decides to scramble for it and can't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, so we do hold them to another 3 and out. And on another return, we are unable to really get anything on there. I was debating fair catching it, but I thought I'd be able to at least get something more than that. And we're going to come out and, again, start the drive with a run. And Dameon Pierce able to get it up 7 yards to make it a 2nd and 3. He's starting to be able to find holes and starting to be able to get more than 2-3 yards a carry. We just need 3 yards, and that is what we get. Couldn't get anything more than that, though. And you know what? They've been able to complete a couple on us, so we're going to try for a screen pass and get a loss of 3 yards. That is unfortunate, not what we want to see, but I don't think it's going to affect us too much. Where's the pass interference on that? I threw the ball, he stopped my receiver in his tracks. And we need 13 yards. So see if we can get that. Robert Woods beats his man, gets wide open, and takes it all the way to the end zone. Let's go. That is what we're looking for. That puts us up by 14 points. And remember, we do get it at half. And I spoke too soon. It puts us up by 13 points. We missed the extra point. And we go to kick it off again. And like I said, if I get up by another score, be a 3-score game. And I will be simming it until they start to make a comeback. So, seeing how they're coming out every drive, I feel like they might try and run this first play. So I'm going to come out in a blitz. And they do pass it, which leaves Alex Pierce wide open. So it looks like they are going to be passing this drive. So we are going to come out in zone. But that is a main reason I don't like blitzing, is because it leaves those wide open plays, and I don't like leaving those open. And they're able to get up to the 34. I'm really trying to not let them score right here. See if I can get a turnover or push them back here. And I'm able to tackle them inbounds. My question is when they're going to start calling timeouts. Ooh, almost come up with the interception right there. That would have been huge. I do think I'm going to start coming out in man though. mainly because I don't want to give too much up. And I was right there, but Jonathan Taylor shrugs me off like I'm nothing. Holy crap. And with 8 seconds left in the half, they are going to take their field goal. See if we can block this, and we cannot. And we're only up by 10, but still a touchdown puts us up by 17, which is 3 scores. So hopefully I'm not going to try anything too crazy here before half. So hopefully we can come out in the second half and just be able to score a touchdown. So I'm just going to kneel it out, take it into half. And I think our focus for this second half is going to be inside run. Try and get that run game going. And for defense, we've got to be able to stop Jonathan Taylor. But as of right now, we do get back. So we're not going to focus on Jonathan Taylor right now. We're going to focus on this offense. We're going to focus on being able to score, going up by 3 scores. And we aren't even able to make it back to the 20-yard line. We get to the 19. Robert Woods is being a huge factor in this deep threat game for us today. 3 receptions for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. We are going to come out in a run. Hopefully this defense allows us to have a really good run. And Dameon Pierce is able to get it all the way up to the 38-yard line. He just broke 70 yards for the game. We're going to hand it right back to him. And he gets nothing. So, we're going to come out and pass now. Nothing too crazy. Even though there is deep plays, or deep routes, it leaves us a couple short ones like that one, but he was overthrown. 3rd and 10, we really don't want to go 3 and out on the first drive. Well, I guess I want to be 3 and out because I did pick up that first down. But it doesn't matter because we get the first down right there. And so with that first down, we're running an RPO right here. And he does bait on the run, but somehow that wasn't complete. So we're just going to do a regular run. See if he can push it up, make it a 3rd and short for us. And I can't even gain a yard. I lose 2, making it a 3rd and 12. Let's try and pick up this first down here. Don't know if we're going to be able to. And Dalton Schultz gets open and he catches the ball, breaking off some tackles. That is what we needed right there. We needed a play. We need somebody to come up big, and Dalton Schultz did just that. So we're going to try and hand it off again. And after those first couple runs, I guess they decided they were going to actually have a good run defense now. But that's not going to make us not want to run. Because just like a fight, you're going to have your jabs, and eventually you will have a punch. And right there was a punch down the throat to the Colts defense by Dameon Pierce, picking up that first down. We're going to give Dameon Pierce a break, though, and hand it off right here to Devin Singletary. And he does come up with the touchdown, which means we go up by 3 scores. So we're just going to go drive by drive. And if they get within a score, I will hop back in. And it does look like there was an interception thrown by CJ Stroud. They're now only down by 10. Can our offense do something? We do score with 8 minutes left in the game. And Jalen Petrie gets an interception. Our defense is coming up huge for us. That puts us up by 20 with only 6 minutes left in the game. And it looks like they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. So we end up stalling out, punting it, but there's only 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the game, and they can't do anything with it. So in CJ Stroud's NFL debut, he had a QB rating of 130.4, went 16 for 25, 318 yards, a completion percent of 64, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Anthony Richard, on the other hand, he had a lower QB rating at 87, went 25 for 36, only 270 yards, had a better completion rate at 69, but threw 2 interceptions on 2 touchdowns. How did Dameon Pierce end the game? He ended the game with 134 rushing yards and a touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. And after getting down by so much, they just had to stop running it with Jonathan Taylor. That's what we like to see. Receiving, Jonathan Taylor actually led the Colts. Hang on. So, no. Austin Doolin led the Colts with 76 yards, but we had John Mechie and Robert Woods both over 100 yards. Robert Woods obviously with the 2 touchdowns. How did Will Anderson do in his debut? He did get a sack and 2 total tackles. It wasn't the greatest game, but he did get his first NFL sack, so I will take that. So let's go back, see who we play next week. So we did get all of our staff goals and our game day goal, which is amazing because we definitely need that XP to upgrade people. So we're going to advance to the next week to where we will play my beloved team, the Denver Broncos. We didn't have a player of the week. We didn't have an upgrade from that game, but we did get the win. And I think that is where I will end off this video. So I will catch you guys next time. Again, make sure to like and subscribe to this video and join me at being top 1. See ya.